smile, baby. World.
Shit.
What just happened?
Is we live?
I think so. We fucking better be, baby.
Oh, shit.
We're back.
That's the way I came in on this episode. Well, I'll be
Fucking
there.
hey.
Well, being that if you tuned in earlier,
I don't know what you're talking about.
right? It never happened.
Nothing happened earlier.
It never fucking happened.
Oh man, that was rough.
It was a figment of your freaking imagination.
All right, hey, look. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for the 3 people that watched the stream earlier, because I don't think anybody else tuned in long enough to count as a view.
Exactly.
Because it was that fucked up.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know what was going wrong, but right now we're dropping nothing. I think it was a problem with YouTube and possibly a problem with Facebook after they were fucking hacked by the Chinese. But you know what, man? You know what they say? Only 2 kinds of people know kung fu. The Chinese and me, the king. All right? Jesus Christ, this Red Bull fucking lit me up, dude. I feel like I'm on liquid cocaine.
I told you. That's why I stopped drinking Red Bulls, because they shoot you to the moon and then the crash. And the crash is crazy.
All right, so here's the deal. Look, we had some issues with the stream earlier. We're coming back. We're coming with a better episode anyways. This is a late night one with me and DeWitt. We got a couple beers in the fridge.
Exactly.
We got a couple of...
we're not going to say their goddamn name because they're not giving us no shmoney to be saying their name on our show like the rest of the people.
Yeah, it's...
Piss water is what we're drinking.
All right, so anyways, look, here's the deal. We are going to do one thing that's not in the description because we just thought of it and it actually just came in. And I'm actually glad that I can premiere this on your show because you are one of the oldest clients I have. And obviously, you know that when I blow up, I'm going to act like I don't know nobody except you. I'm still going to know you. So we're going to play this video real quick.
Yeah, I need y'all to see this. And I hope y'all think it's just as lit as I did.
So real quick, this is a promo for me and Bob's podcast, me and Bobby Flaco's podcast. Flaco? I don't even know how to say his last fucking name. This is the Gary Bobby Show promo. Nobody has ever seen this.
Exactly.
Except I just watched this with DeWitt 5 minutes before we started doing this, and this is going to be fucking lit.
Yeah, this is lit. Y'all got to check this out.
All right. I am pulling it in to the stream as we speak.
And make sure y'all tune in.
Oh, hey. You ever wonder what the fuck's going on? I know, I do.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what?
Oh, my God.
The only one that's getting stuffed around here?
Gary Bobby.
It's a show.
Don't kill yourself, lady. You had a point. Psych. Fuck you.
Tune in.
And the whole show goes to shit. What a deal.
There's nothing better than this.
Thursdays, 9 a.m. Tune in or I'll kill myself. Oh, man. Look, I got to tell you, if you didn't understand anything you just saw, you're probably not alone because that was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But if you've seen my show with Bob Flaco, you're gonna know that is our brand of humor. We record it right in here. Right where you're sitting, that's where Bob sits. Right where I'm sitting is where Tom sits.
Yeah.
And right where nobody else can see
is where?
That's where I sit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And y'all just record the show and act the goddamn fool, apparently.
Well, it's all a joke.
Yeah, and you know what? But
I would hope that nobody is actually that insane.
Shit, people get offended. Somebody somewhere gonna try to drill their beer open and ruin a perfectly good beer because they gonna try to attempt it. Right now, somebody somewhere is like, that's a hell of an idea if we ain't got a can opener, and they gonna try to do that dumb stuff just because they saw it on the Gary Bobby promo.
Gary Bobby.
Oh, all right. I gotta be serious now,
dude. I gotta get a new fucking microphone over here. This. I'm telling you, this mic stand
is doing.
I drilled it in into the table, and it's too. It's like too fucking. This desk is unstable. You see this?
So it's just doing what it want to do.
No, I need to go buy some fucking metal supports and you know what I mean?
Hook it up.
Hook it up. Yeah, I gotta hook it up.
It's going down. See, look, Here's some things I want to announce. Since we're doing a show of special premieres and promos and all that stuff, I should have ran my promo on the show. I don't even know if we got my promo no more. The newest one I did. The last one that
What's going on?
the last one that boy did.
What are you talking about?
The promo that I did.
Oh, that boy. You mean that motherfucker?
Oh shit. I was trying to let it fly under the radar. I really wanted it to fly under the radar. But since it's late night, I might as well get y'all in the mood, wind y'all down. Because there's a lot of people, if you're watching it in the Detroit area, it's almost midnight up there. So y'all kind of snuggled in with your
Yeah, you
honeys.
should go. What am I? Are we missing something in here? Why did it?
I don't think so.
You know what it is?
What's
You know what it
that?
is? I'm so used to being over there
I think so.
that there's just way more light usually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And right now we just got it's just a different lighting.
Yeah, we got the mood set
You know what I mean?
for me to get behind the mic and talk to
You
the
fucking
ladies.
understand what I'm saying?
Exactly while Gary's going insane.
Hey, you know what we should do?
You know what?
Get a beer.
You know what? We got a beer, but we can't say no names because they not freaking paying us.
Yeah, they need to pay us a lot more.
They should probably
A
pay us.
fucking ton more, man.
I think they should.
A lot more,
So we
baby.
can stop saying we're just drinking piss water.
Hey, Bob Money says, yo.
What's up, Bob Money?
What's up, Bob Money? How you
got
doing?
money?
Bob Money.
Bob Money got money. Apparently.
Does he really?
I don't know. He got money.
Hey,
in
Bob
his
Money,
name.
how about you want to fucking send some Bob Money over to my boy DeWitt at what's your Cash App?
It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. It's the $, my first and last name, right after one another. That's exactly what it is. But I guess since it's late night, and damn, that's what I look like.
Yeah, you like that?
I like
I made
that.
some upgrades, baby.
I'm sorry, y'all. I happen to look up at the screen and see myself, and eyes looking pretty. I think.
Yeah, you're a
But-
handsome guy.
Yeah, but see, the thing of it is, like tonight, it's so live because I suppose when I was on air earlier, the things I was mentioning
What about the gay agenda?
might have been too brutal. It might have been too brutal, and it might have came across in a way that I didn't intend for it to
Well,
come across.
you know what, man? You're just speaking your truth.
And the real of it all is, I was passionate about it because when you get overlooked so much, and a lot of people can have a lot of different perspectives about everything I was saying earlier if they caught bits and pieces of it. But any way you slice it, it's not a fair shake. And that's just the bottom line to everything that I discussed earlier. But to get to a brighter point, because I left and came back and I'm in a whole different mood, somebody I was talking to wanted me to mention something. And I thought about it. This was like a couple days ago. I was talking with a couple people. And one of my cousins was like, when you get on the show, you put this hat on where you just so serious and you try to be politically correct. But when you going to get on the show and just be your own genuine silly self? And I was like, I thought that's what I do.
No, sometimes you're a little bit too politically correct. I would agree with that.
For real.
Well, yeah.
So I should just cut loose sometimes.
Yeah, you might as well. What's the worst thing that can happen? They take you off YouTube?
Yeah.
Then we make another YouTube.
yeah.
Fuck them.
Hey, you know what? I been telling people I thought that was the ultimate goal. That was the end game for the whole company. I really thought False TV, like, we should be going to Roku because we got a whole package. Like, go to Roku. We need to be talking to people, but fuck Spotify. I mean, honestly, I can say that confidently. I really like the hell with Spotify when it comes to like putting my podcast on.
Spotify? What's wrong with Spotify?
They
allow a lot of content.
Oh, they do?
They're pretty lenient, I think. YouTube is a bitch. Apple Podcasts banned me before I even put my first episode on there.
I looked at
You know why they banned me?
Why did they ban you?
Because literally because I referred to myself as an asshole in the description. I said, like, obnoxious asshole, Gary Faust started a podcast. And then they fucking took me down.
It's like, we can't have him call.
But hey, can you grab me a beer?
I surely will. See, look, here's one of the things on the show. What makes it fun? Because we on the show and it's live, and I can just like lean all off the damn camera and grab shit out the refrigerator. So y'all excuse me 1 second.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. So what we're gonna talk about today on the show here is gonna be the Dave Chapelle stuff about the transphobia, the homophobia, the racism against the whites. I'm just kidding. Nobody complained about that. Nobody cares about us little old whiteys. But we're going to be talking about that, and then we're going to be talking about the first ever black school shooter.
Yeah,
Which we actually sort of disagreed with earlier, but I think it was because we were having a miscommunication.
Yeah.
And mainly, I think it was because
DeWitt didn't do his research. Yeah, see, when you speed read stuff, you kind of just browse over. Sometimes you just skimp over important ass issues. And apparently, I thought the dude was getting bullied.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, brother. I honestly thought the guy, I'm not even showing their name. I'm covering up their name. We just drinking piss water. But
yeah, this is
high quality piss water.
this is Duff beer.
He said Duff. But I think earlier what we was disagreeing is because I hadn't researched the whole article. And when Gary read it, it was like, what? So
I had already known that some of that stuff had already happened.
was kind of shady.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, here's the thing. Dave Chapelle is one of the greatest comics in history.
He is.
And he has touched on stuff like this before, and he's always talking shit, right?
Right.
Like he likes to walk the line. He likes to tell stories. He's an avid storyteller.
Yeah.
And
he
also
pushed the envelope.
Yeah. So when people get upset about this stuff, I don't know if this is like some sort of like an agreement that they have, if it's like really conspiratorial, or if these people are just really that fucking dumb. But when you give backlash to stuff like this,
exactly,
it gives them more exposure. Tony Hinchcliffe is a perfect example.
Yeah.
He was accused of being racist for saying chink on stage.
Oh, wow.
And it was a joke, and it was a joke about somebody who he had been working with for like 3+ years.
Wow.
He was fortunate enough that I was there. No,
Yeah.
I was just in the right place at the right time. But we got the full recording, and we released it and whatnot, and it helped him out because without the context, well, that's what I was getting at. Without the context of what he said and how he said it in relation to the other guys, set beforehand, he would have looked like an asshole, and he did because it was selectively edited.
Right.
Once the whole thing came out, people were like, "Oh, never mind," and he gained fucking 15,000 followers from it.
Yeah, and see,
the same thing's gonna happen to Chappelle. That special is gonna become that more.
It's that
legendary.
much more streamed. It's that much more streamed now. Cause like, I guess the Sticks and Stones when he did was under scrutiny, and that ended up being one of the most streamed specials in Netflix history. So part of me is like, okay, it's fuel in the fire. But then there's the other part of me that's like, if you really that mad, you missed the whole point of the whole special.
Yeah, I agree. I watched the whole thing. He talks about growing up in Yellow Springs, and he talks about his friend Daphne, who was a tranny.
Yeah.
And he talks about a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And he talks a lot of shit on white people.
Yeah.
Obviously, white people are open game at this point.
Yeah.
For whatever fucking reason, as if we did it, as if like my generation did anything fucking wrong.
Right. It's crazy because.
Well, you can't. Dude, I read this in a fucking comment on YouTube one time, but it is the most accurate thing ever. You can't beat the living with the corpses of the dead.
That's true.
You can't do that.
And that's true.
And that's what's creating all these fucking extremists and shit. These white power people, man, because they're getting yelled at for shit that they didn't even do.
And they're like, well, fuck.
And then they just fucking
They lose their fucking mind.
They do what I just did. They fucking lose it.
I told you, you're the 2021 Sam Kinison.
Dude, you know what's hilarious? I recently somebody was telling me that me and Bob's podcast is funnier than almost all of the comedians' podcasts in Austin. Have you watched it? Actually,
yeah, I've
full
seen
episode?
it because of the simple fact. Y'all are just carefree with it. It's not like y'all plan it. It's not like y'all sit down
Not
and
at
script.
all.
It's not like y'all sat down the night before and wrote.
No, we do meet up on Wednesday nights and plan out what we're going to talk about, but we just wing it though.
Yeah,
And we add stuff on last minute. Wait till you see what we dress up as on Thursday. It's gonna be good. Okay, so what do you want to touch on first? You want to do Chappelle? You want
I think with the Chappelle whole situation.
You want to do that first?
Well, yeah, just
Because I got some new stuff about
let's
about the Timberview guy too.
what's up with the Timberview
You
guy?
want to start with him?
Yeah,
I think it's more pertinent because
I didn't research it.
I got a bunch of stuff here. It's from the Sun and then two things from the Daily Mail. And I'm gonna pull this stuff up on screen. If
that was him with the mask and the dreads and his hat to the back.
you see this, right? Oh, dude, I fixed the TV too. I fixed the GoPro. I fixed the TV. We've dropped 0 fucking frames.
He's
I don't
just
know.
fixing shit
Man,
tonight.
dude, I'm glad we redid this because this is way better.
Yeah,
The one we did earlier was
man, it was chopped and screwed.
it was fucked up. I didn't do
Yeah.
anything wrong though.
No, it was chopped and screwed.
I never do anything wrong.
I think you know what I think? I think maybe the good Lord knew somebody was gonna
Oh
take
my God, shut
what I said.
the fuck up, DeWitt.
I think he just knew. He just knew. Somebody somewhere was gonna take what I said the wrong way.
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah. and
Okay,
that's the
so
whole
we're
mess.
gonna start out here with a little overview
of the Timberview
of
show.
what happened here. And I'm going to pull this up here in a second, but we're going to start out and talk about what happened.
See, I need to see the little 15-year-old. Was the 15-year-old bigger than him?
I think they're about same size.
Oh, so he just couldn't fight.
Dude, he shot 4 people in a school. Of
I
course
know.
he couldn't fight. What
See,
the fuck do you mean? Who does that?
because so the whole time I never saw pictures when I read.
All right, look. I'm going to just intro this real quick just so we can... Oh, it's covering my fucking head.
That's deep.
Man, I'm retarded. Okay, cool. So here's the dude that did all this stuff. There we go. This is what I needed to do the whole time. Okay, so this is the dude that did the stuff. Timothy George Simpkins.
Yeah.
He got out the day after he shot three people, and then a 4th was injured. That DeWitt says that one of the people fell.
Yeah, she was
bullet
pregnant.
grazed one person. One person was shot 7 or 8 times. And it was in the back. So, yeah, no, this guy's a terrible piece of shit. And the fact that he walked free is like, it's pretty unbelievable to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
So here we go. School shooting suspect Tim Simpkins celebrated after being freed from Tarrant County Jail on a $75,000 bond, while some of his alleged victims remained hospitalized. It's not alleged; these are victims.
Yeah.
The bullet that didn't he shot a teacher. Oh wow, this is even worse than I thought it was. The 18-year-old enjoyed a welcome home party with relatives one day after allegedly shooting a 15-year-old boy 7 or 8 times. A teacher in the back. The teacher was the one that he shot in the back.
Wow.
And then grazing a teenage girl at Timberview High School. And I think the 4th person you were said
Yeah, she was pregnant, and I guess she got knocked down in the melee, and she
something
got
like
injured.
that. Now, so this is him when he got home. He was seen partying with his family. Welcome home party after shooting 3 people. One of them might die. And look at that text right there. Current mood. He's home quick.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
That's deep. A day after.
This is the kid.
That's the 15-year-old.
No, this is the teacher.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Narrowly missed his aorta. Appeared on social media showing him enjoying a gathering, clutching a baby, embracing others. Faces 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. Wow, not attempted murder?
Wow. And it's crazy. It's crazy because you shot somebody in the back. You shot a 15-year-old. Now, technically, at 18, he's an adult. He can be considered an adult, and he is considered an adult.
Look, so here's what
And
we were
he
talking
shot
about
a
earlier.
minor, technically.
Here's what we were talking about earlier. So they were saying that this guy, damn, he used a 45.
Oh, fuck.
That's not even a fucking Jesus.
Oh, wow.
That dude, I was picturing that he used like a
I
little
thought like a
pocket 38
9mm
or
or a
something.
38. He clapped a 45. You chose. Listen, this adds a whole new light to this story for me. For one, you 18, so you're technically considered an adult. This dude was 15. So now you shot a minor 7 times. 7.
I want to know where he got this gun from too.
Right. And the fact that they found it on a street a few miles away.
What do you think that means?
He knew he was wrong and fucked up. You tried to get rid of the weapon.
So here's what happened. Here's what I'm reading here. It says that one of the people that was there said that he was getting robbed prior to this incident. And his family says that he was bullied because they're obviously going to stick up for him. I don't blame them for that.
Right.
But what this does bring me to is our next piece of information here, which is that there's an Instagram picture which captures what looks like a gun and a jar of weed in this guy's car door here. And this is it right here. You see this?
Oh, yeah.
Get this fucking today's top videos. Get the fuck out of here, you cocksucker. You see right here over here.
Oh, yeah.
Where the red circle is. So this guy was a drug dealer, and he was getting robbed and decided to shoot 4 people at school, which is, this guy's got probably the IQ of a broken toaster. I mean, that is just fucking unbelievable. And then
now
we
that
move
the
on to
facts come out like
move
that.
on to our next piece of information here. Get out of here, Brittany. It's Brittany, bitch.
Yeah, that dude.
Man, these ads are just fucking horrible. Okay, so next we got GoFundMe.
Oh, wow.
Has removed the account. That was, excuse me, I got that Red Bull and that beer mixing together and they make a deadly combo.
So she put up a GoFundMe and said
they put up a GoFundMe to try to get money for his
he need
his
therapy.
bond. And guess what?
They got it.
No, GoFundMe removed it because
shit.
It's a fucking this guy's a
sham.
school shooter.
Exactly. And that's crazy. All donations, they had to be refunded.
Yeah. Let me get this window off my face real quick. There we go. So the only thing that's the only thing here that I don't know, man. Look, GoFundMe, they can take whatever they want down. Doesn't really make a difference to me. But what I do think is fucked up is that do you know who Kyle Rittenhouse is?
Yeah.
You know he's going back to jail.
Again? What did he do this time?
I think they're charging him. I didn't think he did anything wrong personally.
Him getting beat up. Now see here's the thing. If you getting beat up and you getting attacked, you got a gun. Like
but it's
see with me the thing of it is he was
I
jumped.
do believe in self-defense.
I do too. And he was getting jumped by
But it's at a school, and he's also selling fucking weed.
No, that guy. I'm not talking about this guy. This guy is blatantly. Now that the whole story has come out,
yeah,
I can't see a 18-year-old guy driving a Charger and see you saying he's getting bullied for having nice things.
Wait, for having nice things?
That's what it says.
That's what they were saying?
He claimed he was acting in self-defense because he was being bullied for having nice things. Now.
You mean he was getting robbed for being a drug dealer?
Exactly. See, what I think happened is now the truth comes out. Dallas is an area much like the area I grew up in. You can expect this family, oh, he was a saint. But it's shown on an Instagram picture, he got a gun in his car door and a jar. Best believe that wasn't a jar of jelly beans. Anybody from any hood in America know what that jar was for. Even when you see the jar, you know exactly what it was for.
Could have been a jar of jelly beans. Maybe he went around asking people how many they thought was in there.
You wasn't gonna put a jar of jelly beans.
How
next to
many?
a gun.
Well, no. The deal is, if you guess how many jelly beans are in the jar, you get the gun as a prize.
No,
It's Texas, baby.
That only happened. That only happened in the suburbs, in the hood.
That doesn't happen in the suburbs.
That
doesn't happen anywhere because the guy was a drug dealer.
He was dealing drugs, and the thing of
He
it
was
is,
dealing some fucking grass, man. You know what? You know where this guy would be if weed was legal?
In Oklahoma. Oklahoma weed is.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's medically legal in Oklahoma. See,
I'm saying that if weed was legal, he wouldn't be getting mugged for selling weed.
No, he wouldn't be getting beat up for having nice things.
He'd be selling cocaine.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a step up.
And that is something worth shooting someone 8 times over.
Yeah, but not a jar of weed. Not a jar of weed.
I was kidding.
I don't think not a jar of weed. Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
I like that you just went with that. You're like, yeah, fuck it. Cocaine. Kill them all.
Why? Because if you
shoot the whole school up.
If you selling cocaine and you fuck that bag up, chances are
fucking Juan from Mexico is gonna come cut your fucking liver out of you.
Exactly. Or Big Otis from C Block
shit
gonna come around there and chop your house up.
You know Otis?
I've never heard of Otis. Otis is the jail system, Otis, where you type people's name in and see their criminal history. Or is that still a thing?
I thought you were talking about Big Bubba.
I mean, if you fuck the sack up selling crack, chances are a dude named Big Bubba or Otis or Ray gonna come from around the block with an AR, riding on the back of a motorcycle looking for you. So that would be reason to go and knock somebody off to get the money back. But a tree, the thing of it is, here's my thing.
Things are going rough these days. If you think about it.
But see, the thing of it is this. How are you selling? If you can't knuckle up, why are you selling a product that you know you can get robbed for? Unless you know you that well known or you that well respected to where ain't nobody gonna try you like that. You can't be just squeeze the Charmin and be like, all right, I got this pistol, so now I'm about to be the man on the block. Nah, if you don't have that character in you, if you don't have that character about you, now here's the part of the whole show where earlier when we was talking about it, I guess I didn't really jump into it how I wanted to and make the point that I wanted to make. I guess it came across maybe a bit aggressively. So since it's a little bit later on
Wait,
the night,
what are we
on the Dave Chapelle?
Okay, so we're moving on?
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
Cool. I'm gonna pop up the thing here.
I think since it's a little later on, I can dial it back because a little tidbit before we jump into our discussion on Mr. Chapelle. We doing it. It's a night of like somewhat announcements. I guess I can announce I'm somewhat semi about to jump off the market.
Are you dating Are you dating a independent black woman? You made her dependent?
She not the. She not dependent. She
I'm
not
gonna
dependent.
get you into some shit.
Yeah.
Because you know how those black women are.
Oh shit.
They will beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Much like the Latina women down here will too. Yeah. Yeah. Much like, but the thing of it is I'm kind of crushing on somebody if that's a thing. If that's a thing, you know, I met somebody that's a nice looking woman that's got all her sense about herself. She does, and honestly, it's almost like she's matching my energy right now, even without trying to match my energy. So that's the real good thing that's standing out. So, yeah, I guess I can say it like that. Like normally I would be ballsy and just mention the name, but the irony is I'm not gonna mention her.
But
name.
you're scared of her?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know what? My grandma used to tell me that, like, if you don't think the person you interested in might just kill you one day, that's not the person for you.
All right. That's bad advice.
Hey, my grandma, she was kind of, you know, she was up in age at the time.
Did she did she
So she was at that age where it's like, I don't give a fuck what you do. But she shot me that advice. Like, and I asked her, I said, well, you was married 54 years. How many times did you want to kill your husband? And she was like, every other damn day. So I guess, no, seriously, my own theory is if you don't tap dance on that woman's last damn nerve, then maybe she not the one for you. And I know for a fact, like.
But why do you think that?
Why do I think that? Oh, because it's just, it's just the nature of a man. Like, we don't even understand how we do it, but we tap dance on a woman's last nerve. And that's just the magical gift that we have. That's the one thing that we inherited that we didn't realize we inherited. All of us do it. Even you, sir. Like, even you.
Me? No way!
Even you. I want to mention her name, but I won't say no governments because we don't do governments on the show unless it's like somebody we really like Dave Chapelle. We have mentioned his government or like the guy who did the silly shit in Arlington. We have mentioned his government, but I won't mention her government. I'll just say that she's a pure woman. The lady is pure. Very, very pure.
I'm obligated to agree with you.
Yeah. You contractually, no, contractually, I'm obligated to agree with you. But no, I needed to make that. I needed to make that announcement because it's kind of been like a long time coming, and a lot of my friends and people, like even my own cousins, was thinking I was a he-man woman hater, and I said, no, I'm not a woman hater. I'm just selective. Like,
look, man. We need to move on to Dave Chapelle. We're halfway through.
We are halfway through the show.
Yeah. So, anyways, look, you got a girlfriend.
No, it's not a girlfriend yet. No, we won't say that. It's getting there. It'll go there.
A boyfriend.
Hell no.
She's transitioning soon.
Oh shit! No. Oh, there we go. I guess that's a good transition.
Good transition. You like how I did that? I'm good at podcasting. All right, cool. So let's talk about Dave Chapelle. And what happened here, and then you can obviously. Oh shit! What did I just do there? We can once you get it going here, I got a little extra piece of info for you.
Okay, cool. Because for anybody that watched the special, if you watched the special, and I just watched it last night again, I watched it again so I could be clear in what Dave Chapelle does. And anybody that's followed this man's career understands. He tight ropes on the edge, draws you in, speaks on some of the most controversial shit that he could speak on. And he always brings you back down to earth with the message behind why he spoke, all of the jokes that he spoke. So I don't think he was bashing the LGBTQ community. I think he was making a point behind his comedy. at the end of the day, like I said,
Look, I want to point something out here before we get really deep into this.
Okay.
So, look, this is what he was in trouble for. Chappelle touched on several hot button issues, including DaBaby's recent off-base comments about HIV, J.K. Rowling's controversial anti-trans statements in 2019, cancel culture as a whole, and his personal experience with the trans community, including the loss of a dear friend who died by suicide after being bullied online for defending him.
exactly.
If that doesn't sum it up, then the people, if you're watching this, or if you've witnessed this controversy, and that doesn't sum up what this all is about, and you don't understand why
Everybody is so outraged about it.
then you're, it's going to be a hard sell.
It is.
Because here's the deal. He talks about all this stuff. First of all, I want to point out that transgenderism is relatively new. It's been talked about in history. There's been gods based on what's the one, hermaphrodite, and there's a bunch of stuff about transgender, this and this and this and this.
Right.
In American society, it's never been mainstream. It's relatively new to all of us.
Exactly.
So these people expecting all of us to just get on board and understand everything right off the back is very fucking privileged and very, it's very spoiled, dare I say.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it should be taken lightly or anything like that, but I am saying that not everybody's going to understand exactly what you're talking about or be on board right away. So don't have expectations like that. Maybe you need to walk some people through some stuff.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like, I mean, that's the whole thing I think he was even getting at.
Right.
If you listen to the whole overall thing, he was commending them like, y'all movement is doing well. Like,
Right.
Now
So what I was just saying that's interesting here is that when you look at all this, and he talks about how this, especially this right here, including the loss of a dear friend who died by suicide after being bullied online for defending him. The dear friend that he's talking about was a tranny.
Transgender.
So look, there shouldn't even be a debate about whether or not this guy is transphobic or not, or even if he is. Phobia means fear. First of all, I don't think he's scared of transgendered people.
Exactly.
But why there shouldn't be a debate is that it's there. I think the question is whether or not he doesn't like transgender people, and what he's talking about is he's talking about how his community is a community of comedians, regardless of color, creed, religion,
Exactly.
whatever. That is truly viewing the world without a filter.
Exactly. And if the story that he told about that friend, the irony of it all is when she defended him,
The transgenders came after her.
she got dragged by her own community, and
Dragged.
which caused her to kill herself.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude.
And that goes unmentioned that went unmentioned. It just was like, oh, he hated us and this and that. And if you listen to the whole special, he called her out to open for him every time he was there and told her she sucked. Like, but he said she was funny in the room afterwards with everybody. So he found that to be like basically giving her pointers like, this is what you use on the crowd. And the fact that a tweet went out about him and she defended him, they did her so dirty. 6 days after that, I guess they drug her for a whole week and caused this lady to kill herself. But that goes unmentioned. So how could you have a phobia of somebody who you had love for, who you considered a genuine friend? That, to me, is where it just seems like everything get twisted to fit certain agendas. And that's what burns me up about America. That's what burns me up about even when I come up here to think about speaking on certain topics. I always try to stay so in the gray area because I don't want to offend anybody one way, fashion, form, or another. But sometimes that little burning fuel in me be like, has anybody ever thought about how certain things that they may have said or done offends my people, since that's the new identifier now. It's like, don't
Hey,
come
let me interrupt you real quick and pull this picture up.
of this lady here.
Yeah. What do you think about this person?
The facial features, the cheekbones is kind of masculine.
Okay. Yeah,
And the neck area.
I wanted to see if you. That's Daphne, by the way.
I figured.
That's Dave Chappelle's friend Daphne that jumped off a fucking building. I just wanted to see if you'd be able to tell.
Yeah, and they said he said he told her like she was like her show, she bombed, but she never let it discourage her. And he was like, she was funnier when she was responding to how people came at transgendered women. And so I just look at this and I look at that picture and I look at the whole thing and I think about like, why does that go so unmentioned? And everybody paint this negative. It's like almost people love to fuel a negative fire.
Dude, I think also that the people filled with the most visceral hatred and narrow-mindedness are the transgender people that went after this person and bullied them until they killed themselves. Because
Exactly.
if you really had an open mind, you'd understand that maybe there's a different community that this person feels like they're part of. Or you would maybe understand that it's possible that what you're speaking about is basically mob rule and it's all vitriol.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't just, how is targeting somebody and going after them going to change their mind?
Exactly.
You know?
And that's the thing. Like the thing of it is it's like when I listen to his show, he do say some edgy jokes. He do. He say edgy jokes. But at the end of the day, it's just jokes. It's words. And
Yeah.
and it's meant for a laugh. But like he said at the end, I'm done talking about it until I'm assured that we're laughing together. He's a comedian. That's what comedians do. Like, he does. I was glad to see that the Netflix CEO stood by him. And Netflix fired one of their transgendered employees for putting up a tweet about David Chapelle after it was all said and done.
Yeah, I saw that too. Here's another thing I got that I was going to pull up. Damon Wayans defends Dave Chappelle's Netflix special, rips critics as slaves to PC culture.
Politically correct culture. Like,
Now, you know damn well that I fucking agree with this man 100%.
yeah.
Dude, we're going into this new paradigm. Well, not really new now. I guess it's been a couple of years. It kind of all started around Trump getting elected.
Yeah, where you
'Cause
can't say shit.
People's response to him was fucking chaotic.
Exactly.
Freaked out. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. The guy's fucking. First of all, he's like 76.
Yeah.
He comes from a different time.
Yeah.
You have to have enough brain cells to understand that. Number one. Number two, it's also just fucking words, man.
He can't.
What happened to this? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Or maybe I misunderstood what the point of that was, but
that shit went out the window when somebody said, "Oh, words don't hurt you, but they hurt me. So we're gonna cancel you because those words you said hurt me and literally made me want to hurt myself." And that's what happened. Somewhere somebody decided that, oh, nah, it's not going to be a stick this time around. It's going to be mere tones. It's going to be syllables, pronunciation. This is what's going to destroy empires nowadays. Because the point he made, even in his special, even though, yeah, the baby, he got charged a misdemeanor and all that. The fact of the matter is that not the biggest fuss was made over the loss of human life as it was made over mere words. And I think that's a testament to us all. Like, dare I even go into it in a deeper way to show how it's a testament to us all. The truth is just like this. He said, yeah, he did. And anybody that...
Hey, man, look.
What he said was...
The fact that people are trying to get upset with this rapper, rap is obviously the most misogynistic, homophobic, greedy form of art probably ever created. The fact that people think this guy is gonna give a fuck about what they say is hilarious. He killed a guy, like Dave Chapelle said. He shot a guy in Walmart to death. Oh, you say bad words to me. He beat a murder case, man.
He don't, and see, that's the point Dave Chapelle was making. Like, apparently a human life. See, look, unleashed a homophobic rant. The fact that they keep using that word, phobia is fear. If you're scared of a certain group, you're not going to say nothing that you feels would make them feel threatened.
Which is, by the way, my opinion on why most white people won't say the N-word is not because they're
Afrophobic.
not because they feel like it's wrong or something like that.
No, because
just because they're scared of the blacks.
And so it's like I said, they Afrophobic.
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 You know what that sounds like? That sounds like they're scared of people that have like afros. Literally. Not just like any black person, but like specifically like people at a disco.
The fact that we was African Americans, so I guess we could say y'all black phobic. Y'all got a black phobia.
Well, look, here's the deal, man. I'd be lying if I said wasn't scared to say the N-word in front of a group of black people. Number one.
Oh yeah.
Like if you were like, hey, I'll give you $500 to go over there and just scream that, my balls would be
like. I mean, and the truth.
Would I do it for $500?
Yeah.
Make it $1,000. You got yourself a deal, my man.
The thing.
No, I would do it for money. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, words are given
too much power,
purpose, and power behind the intent of the giver, and the perception of the receiver.
That's how it goes.
So look, I don't know, man. I also think I have a little bit of a different take on things because I did grow up, with one of my little brothers is black, and we used to say insanely racist stuff to each other.
Kind of like the shit we say off the air.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, worse. Oh. Dude, my brother and I, we were kids, bro. We didn't even think about what we were saying.
Yeah.
We used to say, like, yell shit at recess and shit.
Teachers be like, what?
Oh, yeah, dude. People would be like, Corey, that's my little brother's name. They'd be like, Corey, why are you... Bro, this motherfucker used to, like, go up to people and just fucking like scream in their face and do the Hail Hitler and just scream, white power. Yeah, just to fuck with them and we would all just wait and be like, how are they gonna react?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was fucking 15 years ago.
And see,
you know what I'm saying?
That's kids having fun.
That's what I'm saying.
We didn't, and like, it's even like,
dude, we all say fucked up racist shit all the time as jokes.
Everybody,
as long as you're not saying it to try to hurt somebody.
Like, the thing of it is you could tell everything that man did, ain't none of it come from a malicious place.
No, that's what's so ridiculous about this. Is that it's obvious that he's not being, like, he doesn't have any sort of like visceral hatred.
Exactly.
He's a fucking comedian.
That's the thing, and that's what boggled me about the whole thing. And it's like, why?
Dude, what is up with fucking people from Ohio getting fucking canceled? Dave Chapelle, Hinchcliffe, There's gonna be another one from Ohio soon. Probably be me, man. Fuck.
Gary Faust. Cancel his
Dude, if I ever got to the point where I was famous enough to be canceled, I would already be so fucking happy and satisfied. I'd be like, fuck it, who cares?
Cause look,
I wouldn't even give a shit, dude. My life has been a fucking train wreck.
it has been. Listen, here's the thing. I'd said a lot of times, like, oh yeah, this probably be the last show they let me do with some of the shit that I done said sitting behind this microphone. But when it came to this, the only point he was trying to make, and he was being sarcastic with it, it was nothing malicious behind it, except for saying, we've been suffering still the same fight and ain't made no traction in over 400 years. And this movement came and is making hella power moves. He said it out of his mouth. I commend y'all movement. It's hell of a. We jealous because our movement stalled 400 years ago and it's still made no leeway.
It's still like, yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, nothing that he's saying should be taken too seriously. I mean, you don't even know if he really commends their movement or not. It's a fucking comedy special.
It's supposed
none
to be.
None of it is. You can glean,
Yeah.
like morals and values and lessons from comedy, sure. And he does a lot of storytelling.
Yeah.
But none of it is supposed to actually be taken that seriously. He's a fucking comedian.
That's his job, is to make you laugh. And
It's his
go home.
craft, man.
And he's a fucking genius with it.
Yeah, he is
because
really fucking.
Every
He's
if
a
you
really
think-
good storyteller, man.
And if you think after every special they like, fuck Dave Chapelle, he shouldn't have said this, he
Then
shouldn't
he's
have
doing
said
something
that.
right, man.
And-
You know in the book 1984,
Uh-huh.
George Orwell talks about how jokes are all like tiny revolutions.
Yeah.
In the future when everybody's being censored, like
Exactly.
dude, it's happening.
It's happening. I keep saying it. Imagine how they are to Dave Chappelle because of this special. Imagine Richard Pryor and the shit he said.
Dude, things weren't as bad back then.
Exactly.
You could get away with a lot more shit. Oh, you mean imagine if he did it now?
Yeah, he will be done.
Dude, imagine if the fucking who was that one roast master? You remember back in like the 50s when they had the roasts, like with Dean Martin and them?
Yeah.
There was that one Jewish guy, and maybe it was the 60s, but he would talk shit to black people, and he'd be like, "I'm glad you don't live in my neighborhood."
Yeah.
Imagine if he did that.
Oh, it would
Which,
be over.
for the record, I mean, like, of
he
course.
was having fun, and they all knew it.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that there was sometimes when like people are getting roasted and they feel a little bit like, oh, that was too far or whatever.
Yeah.
But there still is the principle of the fact that it's not intended to be taken too seriously.
And they didn't kill. It wasn't like they was like, oh, he went a little bit too far. Fuck his money up. Cancel his career.
Right,
He
right,
shouldn't have
right.
did that. He shouldn't have said that. Because I watched Raw the other day. Eddie Murphy Raw.
Dude, Eddie Murphy is I think he's like my favorite comic.
He would have been. They would have crucified.
Actually, I
Eddie
really like
Murphy
George
now.
Carlin too.
Yeah, George Carlin is silly as hell too. Like it's
You remember he did the 7 words.
Exactly.
Imagine if he would, and he's a white dude. It would have been
They-
10 times worse. You remember you remember all the words he said?
yeah.
He used to just name them off to be an asshole.
And nobody said it, and nobody cared because it was comedy, and you knew it was not coming from a place where he actually felt like
Like,
that.
imagine if I just went on stage and did a whole bit about the N-word, and I just said it. You know what I'm saying?
It would just cause. We knew it. He was a racist, low key. Cancel his career. Fuck his bag up. And for what? Like, for what? Like even Dave Chappelle said it. A cancel culture, you really don't get canceled.
It doesn't even matter anymore.
It's an opinion
a joke.
now.
Yeah.
It's an opinion. They're like, fuck him. We're not listening to that. I know for a fact cancel culture it doesn't really last because I know us, the black delegation, we done canceled so much stuff. If it was left up to us, we wouldn't go to Starbucks. We wouldn't go to Waffle House. We wouldn't go
Wait,
to
why not Waffle House?
Waffle House. It was a dude in Atlanta, I think. It was in one of the southern states. But he defended the Waffle House. I think it was something going on in the Waffle House, and he stopped like an armed shooter or something. And then like maybe a week or a couple months later, they banned him from that same Waffle House. Like, And
You talking about that shooting in Tennessee?
It might have been, but I know the guy that thwarted it and helped out with it or something like that ended up getting banned from that same Waffle House. So you know how it goes on Black Twitter or the Black Facebook or however. Fuck the Waffle House. We ain't shopping there. And then in Starbucks, when the two black guys was sitting down there and they kicked them out, like, why y'all here so long? And they just was sitting there kicking it, studying, and they got kicked out. Fuck Starbucks. We banning Starbucks.
Starbucks fucking sucks.
And we still go to Starbucks. I see half the people on my timeline.
I don't like to go there. You know what I drink? I drink fucking
I drink 7-Eleven.
I drink
coffee.
Black Rifle coffee. You know, I drink 7-Eleven coffee too.
Yeah, I drink 7-Eleven coffee, and that's it.
Well, you know what fucking ruined coffee for me?
What's that?
Because I used to, ever since I started drinking coffee when I was like 18 with my grandpa on the farm, I always drank coffee black because I'm not a fucking
cream and sugar guy.
See, I almost just got myself canceled. I'm not a fucking fairy, okay? But anyways, no, I just drank coffee black because it was on the farm. You didn't have much time to get shit going. I was always waking up late. My grandpa was like, "Get the fuck out there and start painting that fucking barn, kid."
Damn.
And I mean, he didn't swear, but he did talk like that. He'd be like, "Come on, get up. What's taking so long?"
Get out there and get to that bar.
Yeah, you know how it is. And anyways, my whole point was that I always drank coffee black, but then you know what ruined coffee for me was these little fucking cans of coffee. Oh, yeah. I don't even have to fucking make my own coffee anymore.
No, you could just.
Granted, Brielle makes most of my own coffee.
Yeah, but you could just crack open this little can.
She takes very good care of me. Yeah, dude, that's what I started doing. I started buying fucking gallons of cold brew and just dumping it in a cup and drinking it, and sometimes drinking it straight out of the thing. Or I'll get cans of Black Rifle coffee or those fucking, what's that one brand, High Brew or whatever. And I'll drink those because I drink a shitload of coffee. I drink a fucking ton of coffee. And anyways, I don't know what the fuck that had to do with
coffee. My coffee take is just a big thing in the morning on my way to work. Once I'm done drinking that, I ride that rocket, and then in the middle of the day, I started drinking Red Bulls, but the crash behind the Red Bull.
Plus it's not really like a controlled. It's not really a controlled
caffeine rush.
Yeah. It's not it's more jittery than coffee is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Red Bull is like drinking 3 shots of espresso and taking a caffeine pill.
It doesn't really do that to me. It's like real quick and it just, I don't know, man. I don't really like Red Bulls and energy drinks all that much.
Because you like...
the reason I drink them, if I do drink them, it's I drink them late at night so that I can crash and pass out. Mm-hmm. Do people that drink that shit in the morning? Yeah. Mentally ill.
I don't understand. My dumb butt drunk it at work because I had been up damn near all night. So I was drinking it at work. And I was doing like this all day. It was like I was on a roller coaster ride. Every time I felt the crash coming, I had to go drink another Red Bull. So I ended up drinking like 3 of them. And then got home and was wired for sound until I tried to watch one of my shows. I ended up asleep and then woke up the next morning for work. Like, I crashed. The crash was hell of it off of the Red Bulls. But to sum up the whole Dave Chapelle thing, when I was talking about it earlier, I'm glad that show got chopped up because I didn't quite make the point I wanted to make with it all earlier. The whole thing of
you're gonna give us your what's that last thing? Seed of wisdom or whatever.
Yeah. My jewel of the day.
Yeah, let's end with that because we're at 58 minutes, bro.
Here's my jewel. In these last 2 minutes, I'm gonna tell you here's what the jewel is. If you really paid attention to that man, and even in the whole situation with bullying, if you paid attention to what Dave Chapelle said last night, when he ended it like, I'm not going to crap no more jokes on y'all until I'm assured that we laughing together. Here's the thing. We all, at the end of the day, it's only one race. We all a part of the human race. So if it's easy for us to get joked on as niggas, I'll put it that way. Let's end it being just like straight up true. If it's easy, if it's easy for us to get joked on, because even our own black comedians get up there, nigga this and nigga that. It's white comedians that make black jokes. Black comedians make white jokes. It's all jokes. If whites can get joked on, blacks can joked on. The Mexicans get joked on. The Asians get joked on.
Well, Asian people haven't been taking it too well lately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Asian hate month and all that.
Yeah, but if they can get jokes cracked and they really don't matter from these comedians that's out here.
I mean, it does though. That's what I'm saying. That's what we were talking about earlier. It is, like a lot of white people don't do race jokes anymore because they get so much flack for it.
And you know what? It's so stupid because a lot of times us as blacks, when we hear the white people making black jokes, it's hilarious because the shit that they be saying is funny because the shit that they say is true.
Dude, personally, I always actually, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I always think it's funnier when a person of a different race or whatever is cracking on
the opposite
me.
race.
Like when who I am is identity, but like when Chappelle was talking about, you remember that last special he did and he's like, the heroin addicted whites.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking hilarious because that's where I grew up.
Yeah.
And when he's talking about Yellow Springs and he's talking about, I live here because I like those fucking white women with the dirty feet and their sagging titties and their hippies. I get it because I grew up 10 minutes down for 15 minutes from where he grew up. So I don't know, man. I just think, I'm telling you, dude, I think it all boils down to, we're going into a soft fucking world.
And it's going to be to where you won't be able to say anything. Because at the end of the day,
that is
where we realize it. Here's the jewel of the day. We don't realize this. It's all been an agenda because if that man can get canceled for doing a comedy show,
then anybody can get canceled for doing fucking anything.
For anything. And at the end of the day, that's taking away that whole thing called freedom of speech. And the way I'm going to end this show with that jewel is just like this. Stop looking at it as, oh, that person's gay or this person's a lesbian or that person's transgender. He's white, he's Asian, he's black, oh, she's Hispanic. We all just that damn people. We all just fucking people. We all living in the same planet. We all going through the same bullshit. Some may be doing it a little bit better than others, handling it a little bit better than others. But at the end of the day, we all going through the same bullshit. So if I can get a joke cracked on me, you can get a joke cracked on you. It's all jokes, people. We living in a time where we need to have a light. We need to just have some light about us. It just need to lighten the load up. Stop taking everything so goddamn serious and being so goddamn sensitive about everything. And on that note, I'm going to end this late night show because we came back. And just like I said, I'm a perfectionist. My producer's a perfectionist. Here at False TV, we try not to give y'all no half-ass bullshit when my episodes air. It's been another great episode of the Jackson Report. Thank y'all for tuning in. Good night, people. Life's a game, but I figured it out. Sitting on the steps at Granny House. This world is strange, but I pictured my route. Sitting on the steps at Granny House. Life's a game, but I figured it out. Sitting on the steps at Granny House. This world